We was called the Chosen Few, and the group of colored Marines who fought for a right to fight.
June 1st, 1942. At 1 minute after midnight, hundreds line up as the Marines recruit African Americans for the first time. They came from all walks of life: doctors, teachers, musicians, and athletes. Some were even Army officers who took discharges to join the Marine Corps and pave a new path. Their journey began with boot camp at Montford Point, a segregated training facility at Camp Lejeune where things were separate and equal.
By the time I arrived, they had switched from white instructors to black instructors. So they felt that the rougher they were on you, the more you learn how to take care of your life.
Reuben J. McNair, then a young kid from Mississippi, enlisted in 1944.
The Marines were, they were saying, fighting land, air, sea, water, and I wanted to be one of those people. Plus, I loved the uniform. Those dress blues, I just couldn't wait to put a dress blue on.
He knew it would be a challenge.
We had a gentleman called Judo Jones. He'd go out and he would teach you judo. And you learn to flip people from one side to another.
But he had another goal in mind.
By the time I was 10 or 12 years old, I could take a .22 rifle and strike a match 25 yards away. I was very skillful at shooting. I made one mistake. I kept asking the drill instructor, when are we going to fire the gun? And the drill instructor would look at me and he said, lad, it's not a gun. This is a rifle.
After running a few laps around the platoon, holding the rifle over his head, he got it right. And 6 weeks later, McNair finally got to show what he could do.
Goes to the rifle range. And my drill instructor walks over and pat me on the shoulder and he says, young Mac, says, you've been talking about how good you can fire this gun. Today you can call it gun. You can call it baby, sweetheart. Show me your stuff. Can you really do it? Yes, sir. We goes out, starts out at the 200-yard line. Bars. I told the bulls, I upped all the drill instructors. They was around, peeping, looking. I had the little glasses out, peeping down. I'm just knocking this eye out. Goes back to the 300-yard line. I'm knocking this thing out. When I finished boot camp, I was an expert marksman shooter.
The rigors of training behind him, McNair set off for the South Pacific ready for action, but
they made it very clear that my job, or all African Americans, Marines, our jobs were to get the ammunition up and bring the wounded back.
Discouragement set in.
It was very clear that we wouldn't want it in the Marine Corps.
But African Americans were and are an integral part of the Marine Corps. And as time would tell, they would serve in some of the most important battles, from Korea to the Pacific to Vietnam. McNair led white and black troops, but the excitement didn't last long. After his unit survived a blistering attack, only the white staff sergeant in the group received a Silver Star. McNair got nothing.
There was nothing officially ever put in the record, so nothing we can do about it. And I was telling him, I said, well, look, just knowing that if you were part of 43 people and you were one of those that left living, it was worth something.
McNair says faith helped to keep away the bitterness.
I grew up in the church, and I've always been a sort of a close person to God, and I just felt that He made me, and He made me strong.
And as the Bible says, all things work together for good to them that love God. Last year, the Montford Point Marines were awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, thankful for the honor, but admitting it was a long time coming.
My mother always told me, it's better son, it's better late than ever.
I didn't think it would ever come because, you know, as you get older, you know, you just think about these things that would never happen.
I'm one of the ones who started the Montford Point Marine Association. We never thought we'd see a black general, much less the ones that we see today.
You have to look forward, look to the Lord, just trust in Him.
And as for McNair, he served 20 years in the Marines.
It was so nice to get out and come home and be with these little guys. I had 3 sons and a lovely wife, and just come home and enjoy. And so it's been a great life.
Paving the way for generations to fight for their country and follow in their footsteps. John Jessup, CBN News.